What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. It is the 6th day of April, and it's a brand new week today. Here we are at about 69.5K with 11 hours and 15 minutes left in the day. Again, hit that like button. Thank you all for being here, and let's get into it. Yesterday, we were talking about the prospects of going lower still, seeing a lower low and lower highs throughout this channel, potentially going down to this area. I was a bit iffy. If you paid attention, if you watched the video, I was a little bit iffy, but I did say that I was sticking with the downside until we get a day that closes above this day here, or two 4-hour candles that close above 68.2K. And I said as soon as I see the price do that, even if I haven't made a video, I'm taking the bullish stance. So we took the bullish stance right then and there. And that bullish stance is good at least. It doesn't mean that we stop here, but it's good at least to this point of about 71.5, 71.6 to 72.4K. Somewhere up at these points of resistance, maybe even a little bit higher, right? That's why I said at least here. If not, potentially up here. So something in this range is likely where we're going to go, with the little circles here being more specific target areas in that range. We could pull back down to 67.5K and still work our way up there. It doesn't have to be a straight shot. Bitcoin has been very volatile and sideways throughout this whole range. Even on this pump all the way up, we had on this like 8 days of green the whole time, we pulled back. We went all the way down here. We went up. We came back down. We went up. We came back down. There's actually a lot of volatility here. It wasn't just a straight line up. Here, it certainly wasn't a straight line up. And same thing on the way down. So I don't expect a straight line up now, right? Very, very low volume within this range. We might get some squiggly wiggles here, and let's just see how it goes. Let's look at the 1 hour time frame, and then we'll zoom out. I don't know what's going on with I don't know what is going on with the Iran conflict today. I'm wondering. I want to go on X here. Let's just see. Delete that one because that was private. That was personal information nobody needs to see. It's not like damning or anything, but still, I like if there's personal information, I don't like to share it. Nobody needs to know. It's personal. Anyways, let's see. I'm not seeing anything here. Pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool too, man. Most people need religion of some kind. I think we're all better for it, you know. And even if not religion, community around shared beliefs, which might just be the same thing. Anyways, um, let's see. But it's okay if you have different beliefs. Anyways, I can't see anything here. God bless our troops and God bless the United States. That's from the 4th. Did the White House say anything today? Let's just see. We're going to get into the BTC stuff here in just a second, guys. How U.S. used SEAL Team 6 and CIA ruse. Missing. Oh, well. Okay, cool. That's great. Yeah, I don't see anything here. So no news yet. But whatever the news is, I mean, it might literally be that the Strait of Hormuz is going to be opened and that Iran came to the negotiation table, or it could be that we're going to put boots on the ground, or we're going to blow up their infrastructure, whatever it might. And when I say we, I mean the United States of America, because in case you can't tell, that's where I'm from. So I don't know, even if we are acting out more aggressively, or pushing the envelope further, as far as escalating things goes. I could even see the price going up because Iran is accepting crypto as a form of payment. Allegedly, they're accepting crypto as a form of payment. Crypto and the Chinese currency, the Chinese yuan. Is it the yen or the yuan? Whichever one. I think it's the Chinese yuan and it's the Japanese yen. But they're accepting the Chinese currency and cryptocurrency as payment, that's probably going to push the price up for Bitcoin if the Strait of Hormuz is still closed, right? And they probably won't open it back up accepting the US dollar anyway, so they might continue to accept crypto. So I don't know. Let's get into the TA. Let's stop talking about all this stuff. But one way or another, whatever's happening, there seems to be some positive things going on behind the scenes, maybe, for the price of Bitcoin. 1 hour time frame here. Looking at this, 69.4K. Volume's increasing as we're moving up. You've got some selling pressure here. It looks like, some pretty solid wicks. A little bit of, I wouldn't call it bearish divergence. I know that some people want to just say, oh, look, high here, lower high here. That means it's bearish divergence. But it's also a higher high relative to this here. It's also like a slightly higher high relative to this here. So I don't know. It is a lower low. That much we know. And it's a higher low here, so that's hidden bullish divergence, if anything. I like the volume profile. I like the RSI. I think that you're fine. I mean, you could definitely keep moving up from here. With that being said, if you were to pull back down to 68.8K, even if you were to go lower, that's not a problem. You could probably pull back all the way to these points of contention back here, find support, and then la-di-da-di, you're back up in a matter of no time at all. 1 hour stochastics does look bearish a little bit here. I mean, overall, you're very bullish. The blue line is far away from the orange line. That doesn't mean that you have to snap back yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did find support at the 50 level and then continue to move up. Just momentary bearishness. The MACD does have bearish divergence, and that would be good for a move down, to about 69K. So maybe we start off the day to the downside a little bit, relatively speaking, but then we'd probably finish off the day strong. If not, again, we can move lower. We absolutely can. If we were to move lower, we would probably push down to about 68.5 to maybe 67K at the lowest. I doubt we go below 67K at this point. And then from there, continue to recover and move on up. That's some good volume coming in on the 4 hour time frame. Very, very neutral, and looks like we got to push up. It's kind of like a BART pattern overall. Be aware of that. Sometimes BARTs come in pairs or in troughs. We've got a BART here. We might just BART back down and then BART back up. Sometimes they do that, especially in moments of uncertainty and low volume manipulatable moments. Overbought here on the 4 hour RSI. We haven't been overbought in a little while. Ooh, this is making me a little bit cautious here. Let's see. Let's look high to low. Look at the high to low. We are at the 0.5. Hi, Mufasa. Come here. Come here. Anytime we've been overbought throughout this whole range, anytime that we get up to these levels, they are typically accompanied by momentary highs. That doesn't mean that we have to go to a lower low. But you look at this point here, this was a momentary high. We came down, we found a higher low. This here was a momentary high. We came down. We found a slightly lower low relative to this, basically like a double bottom, but it was a higher low overall, and then we pushed on to higher highs. Here, each of these times, we pulled back oh so slightly, and then here we pulled back a little bit more, actually sending us down to our lows overall from that last point here. This is the first overbought area that we've seen since this time over here. We probably do pull back a little bit. We probably do. That doesn't mean that we see lower lows, though. That doesn't mean that we see lower lows. So I stand by it. I think that we do go, 67.4K, certainly below 69K. I absolutely do see that happening. So something probably even below 68K is coming our way. Yeah. Man, this seems so obvious right now that I would want to go short. I'm not going to advocate for that, but I'm just saying I think that it'll probably work out. I doubt that we push higher immediately. We might be pushing higher overall, right? We might be coming up and pushing higher overall, but it's not going to be right now. If anybody's expecting that we're going to do this, they're wrong. And then if we're pulling back and you're expecting that means that we're going to do this, you're also wrong. Bitcoin's just going to keep playing us, and we're moving sideways. That's all it is. Slowly but surely moving up a little bit, but really we're moving sideways. The stochastics are pointed downward. The MACD is crossed above the zero, which is nice, but it's not going to be reliable in this kind of time frame, right? And not this kind of time frame, this type of environment. It's not going to be right in this type of environment because we're just choppy and sideways. We really are. Here, whenever we crossed above the zero, that should have been a really good thing. You were at your topping point. And it was a small topping point. You pulled back a little bit, but still, that would be enough to pull us back to about 67K here. The reality is we could fall even below 67K. That's not the call right now, but something between 67 and 68K is the call right now, and I feel like that's modest. That's kind of like these drops right here versus any of these other drops have been a little bit larger, and that would actually send us back below 65K even. I don't know what that was. Anyways, daily time frame here, looking at this, the RSI has kind of broken out of this little wedge dynamic that we have here, right? It's broken out of that. Neutral. This was the one thing that was kind of giving me the inclination that we could move up because you're bouncing off the 40. Truly neutral posturing overall. Yeah, maybe you're moving up. Stochastics look good. Yeah, they look good. And the MACD actually looks good here too because this rejection, you're crossing green now. I doubt you're going to reject again. It can happen, but I just doubt you're going to. I would expect that you do cross through it. So, I mean, the way this is lined up, not this week, but next week, we should see some exciting behavior to the upside. The strength of April should come in. So, that's nice to see. Yeah, bullish overall. Definitely bullish overall. I do expect that we continue to push higher, but just immediately speaking, we probably pull back. I mean, we literally actually could go below 67K. That's not the call, but we could go below there. We're not doing a whole lot. Not doing a whole lot at all. And then next week will probably be the week that we really start to push higher above 71K and maybe even contend with these highs here. I'm not expecting that we get above these highs in April. I don't personally expect that we do. I think that'll be more reserved for May or June. But I do think that we're just going to be moving sideways. We're going to be in this range until that time, May or June, and then that'll be when we look to break out to the downside. I'm not one of those people who thinks we're just going to rally up to the 100K right now or plummet. I think we've got more sideways action to go, and then inevitably we will plummet. That'll likely lead us toward the end of the bear market in July, August, or September. And it'll still probably be boring after that for a little bit of time as well, as it typically is at the end of the bear market. But I've got nothing else to say. I've said enough. It's the same old stuff, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.